Chris, a weird sort of afternoon. How do you sum that all up?
No, it was strange. There was not just the lightning, but it was a bit of a strange game. I thought we played really well in parts, and I thought they played well in parts. So a little bit hard to sum up quickly. Look, we've started the year with 3 wins, so we're really positive about the start and optimistic around what's possible as the year evolves. It was a big occasion for Tom's 350th, and I thought the guys approached it the right way. Even in the first 3 rounds, our execution in some areas has been a little bit off, and that sort of came out a little bit in the second quarter. But besides some patches, I thought it was a performance that we can be proud of.
How did you navigate the delay, Chris? Because you were 6 goals up at that stage, almost 45 minutes. How did you deal with it inside the rules?
Well, to their credit, the AFL actually communicated really well. We had the options in front of us really quickly, knew that we were going to have enough time to warm up once we got going. So it was that balance between sort of staying warm and staying ready, but also staying calm and not sort of fearing the unknown. But as I said, I thought the communication was really good, so we had a pretty clear line of sight on what was going to happen. The only thing that was strange was, and the rules are really unusual. I wasn't aware of them. I'm not sure whether you are, but if the game's called off, do you know what happens? Yeah. Well, my understanding is that the team that's in front on the scoreboard at halftime wins. You'd be a bit flat if you're 6 goals up at 3/4 time and you're lost, but I think we're up at halftime anyway, so all's well that ends well. Yeah. We addressed a little bit of what happened in the second quarter because there were some structural things that we adjusted, and we tend not to talk about them publicly, but more importantly for us it was we needed to move into the second half, and it was quite clear for us how we wanted the game to be played, and I thought the guys adjusted to that really well, but it wasn't throw the toys out of the cot sort of stuff. We were beaten around the contest, I'll sort of give you that much, and the numbers bore that out. You know, it was minus 19 contested ball, which is a huge number in the second quarter. Now a lot of those were free kicks and contested marks, but we're still minus 7 ground balls. So that if all we did was talk about that and made some adjustments around that, it would have been enough.
Did you feel it was a fitting return for him in his milestone game?
I thought. He's always a danger, isn't he? And I thought he played well. One of the hallmarks of Hawk over the years is that for a big man, he's a great wet weather player. So we actually anticipated that there would be more rain than there was. You know, the game was played in really good conditions for most of it. And given that expectation, we were happy to have Hawk in the game.
The rooms are buzzing in there. A lot of his former teammates have made the journey down. Must be great just for the club to have that happening. Yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean, they love the guy. Like he's just been such a great ally for so many people over the years, and it says something that Harry Taylor jumped on 2 planes from Geraldton to get here, and there's a lot of ex-players and families coming to honour the great man, which I think is a nice touch.
Did he go through a HIA or was it not required at all?
No, he didn't. He was just checked for a neck issue, just neck, upper back, but cleared really quickly. It was a heavy hit. Yeah, he felt it, but he recovered well.
Those incidents have been discussed quite widely in the last month. Do you see a future where players are rubbed out for being players in the back of the head in those contests?
Oh, it's a good conversation to have. I don't quite know how you legislate for it exactly. Marking contests are clearly different to other situations, I think, and so what we're looking for more than anything else is clarity around the rules so we can coach the players, and you have to move with the program in today's footy. So there was a time in the not too recent past where even, I think, underage kids were being coached to tackle to hurt, tackle to dump. Well, you can't do that anymore. There was a time where being harder and lower at the footy was the mark of courage. You can't take a player's legs out anymore. We know when a player's over a low ball, you've got to be ultra careful. The things we used to coach and applaud, maybe even a decade ago, we say, that's stupid, don't do that anymore. Things like running back into the oncoming traffic. There have been examples even in the last, I think this weekend, where the player's running back with the flight of the ball, you have a real duty of care to the player coming towards you. Where I think it becomes really challenging is in the marking contest, because we're seeing situations now where players are committed to a marking contest, and it seems to me that if you jump into that marking contest and something bad happens, that you're liable. Oh, I don't get that. I think you need to be able to jump at the ball, and the last split-second protection with your knee or by turning your body is not as clear to me as the duty of care that you have if you're running back with the flight of the ball or whether you're approaching a player with his head over a ground ball. So the Tom Stewart one, again, he's so tough, he stood under it. Maybe we do get to the stage where maybe we don't legislate against it, but we just stop celebrating the players that perform actions that are designed to hurt the opposition. Do I sound soft saying that? Maybe. I'm thinking out loud, so don't hold me to it.
Toby Conway made a strong case to stay in the side. How do you see his game?
Sorry, who was that?
Toby Conway.
Yeah, we're really pleased with Toby. Yeah, in his second game, we've got to the point where we're ultra confident that he's going to have a long career with us. But I think what everyone should understand is we're not just going to put him in and leave him in. He's going to be managed carefully. There's a thorough plan around how we get him to the point where he can just play week in, week out. We don't think we're there yet, but his performance was really encouraging.
Will he be playing the other round, do you think, or will it be the case where he's managed and playing VFL next week?
Yeah, we're a little bit away from making that decision, but look, if we take Toby in next week, we'll be confident that he'll perform well and be good for us.
Looked like John Clark took a real step forward for the week so far this year. Have you seen his progression in 3 rounds?
Jai played about 15 minutes for us last year before he hurt his foot and didn't play again, which was really disappointing. But the upside was he started his pre-season before everyone else, and we had a longer pre-season than is usual for us, and he just didn't miss a beat. He's come in, and I think I've said publicly already that we just don't consider him to be a young player feeling his way. Clear difference there between the inside midfielder and the ruckman. We treat them differently, but we're not looking at Jai thinking he's going well for a young player. We just think he's in our best team at the moment, and the progression's been really steep.
There was a lot of talk around this game, and it worked in your favour, I guess, that Jack Ginnivan didn't get a number of high free kicks that Clayton might have gotten. Did you see that? Do you have an opinion of that?
Oh, I've got a very strong opinion about it, but I don't talk about opposition players. You know that that's not true, but in this case, I'm not talking about opposition players.
You just touched on having a longer pre-season, which will be the first time in 9 years. Pre-season. But does that be a factor in this possible start to the season?
We were really conscious that we didn't sell to our players that a good pre-season will guarantee good performance. That's a mistake that many teams have made, I think, over the years, including us. You've got to do the work. Like pretending and kidding yourself that you've had a great pre-season, so you've got an edge over the competition, is not the way the best competitors think, in my view. You just assume everyone else is going as well and working hard. You're not unique in that respect. But we were also aware that it's better than having a poor preparation. And generally the poor preparation is not that you don't put the hard work in, it's that you get injuries to key players at bad times and they can't get the requisite work to start the season well. And that's probably the contrast for us.
Nothing happy with what Brandon Harvett's been able to do late in last week and laid nearly 20 tackles in 2 games.
Yeah, and that's one of his strengths. I think I've said a few times that I really like what Brandon brings, and you probably shouldn't say that as a coach. You shouldn't talk about your favourite players, but I was pleased to have him in the team, and he hasn't let us down these 2 weeks. He's had to endure a fair period sort of being out of the team in spite of playing some good footy and training well for us during the week. So when the chance opened up for him, I was excited, and I feel like he's taken that chance. It's good for, at the very least, the depth of our midfield, and it's part of the thing that's pleasing us at the moment is if you look at the last 3, 4, 5 years, clearly our best 2 inside midfielders have been Cam Guthrie and Paddy Dangerfield. So them coming out opens up some opportunity for some younger guys or some guys who have been starved of a bit of a go in those inside mid spots, and that as much as anything is something that I think the Cats supporters should be pleased with.
Atkins subbed out of the game. Any injury concern there?
No, just management. Conscious of the 5-day break.
Speaking of, are we expecting players to be managed 5 days over this week?
Probably, but we're not going to overplay it. But we and again, we're not unique, but historically we've had better returns off short breaks than long breaks, and we thought we handled as a club the kind of COVID compressed period really well. We're very confident that we can turn around and play well in 5 days, but there's a little bit of planning that goes with that as well, and managing players. It's not just the older ones, but sometimes it's the very young ones as well. So we've got a bit of a plan, but that won't be solidified for at least the next 48 hours. But yeah, it's a possibility. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.